Okay, so here we're looking at the HTC RE app. It's a little bright, so my camera's having trouble picking up some of the information on here, but I'll explain what you're looking at. To start, you're looking at the pictures that I was taking while I was doing my review and demonstrating the clicking actions. Up here you can see that there is a battery icon letting you know how much power is left in your HTC RE. Now I will preface saying that when connecting your app and the HTC RE, make sure that you pick up the HTC RE so that the grip sensor actually turns the HTC RE on. If you don't, the app will try and look for it and will not find it. Here we're going to come up to the corner and click on this icon, which is for the settings of the HTC RE. If we come over here, we can change camera settings. So I can change the video resolution should I want to. I can change the picture resolution. I recommend leaving it on medium only because of that 16:9 aspect ratio. You can change the HTC RE from having a standard camera angle to this ultra wide angle if you so choose, which is 146 degree, so you'll be able to capture a lot in your picture. Camera sound is just that, and change that to soft, and in my opinion I would, because the noises can be a little distracting. You can change the name. It does have a password because it creates its own little network. You can delete images after moving them to your phone, because you can back them up to your phone. I'll show you that in a moment. Use phone to get location. I don't want pictures to have location data in them, so I turn that off. Video stabilization, it's not great in my opinion. I will roll at the end of the video sample video footage. That's the thing. It does not have optical image stabilization. It only has video, so software stabilization, and it's not great, but okay. Time-lapse countdown light, don't use it. But I have some time-lapse footage that I'll throw in at the end. Auto flip vertically, you want that. And show zone preview, don't worry about that. Backup, like I said, you can have the HTC backup to this phone, Dropbox, or Google Drive. Keep in mind that it will use data if you're not on Wi-Fi. You can also use the HTC to stream live. You will have to sign into YouTube to use it for live streaming, but you can do that. Advanced settings, you can format the SD card. You can check for a software update, and as you can see, I was checking for a software update today, which I did. Download on mobile network. So if you can't get it to work over Wi-Fi, you can do it on mobile network data, but you have to put a check mark there to say that you're okay with that, because it can use up a bit of data. Changing the camera info, here's the app version. You could power off the RE if you want. You could factory reset, and then there's your legal information. From here, you can disconnect or connect to another RE. Coming back to the main page, if I come over here, I can share or save the photos to a phone, or I could delete. Now, there are several different icons next to the pictures that you're viewing. That is obviously a video recording. This is a slow motion video. And if we come down here, this indicates a time lapse. And again, I will throw that sample footage in at the end of the video. So if we come up to the camera itself, that, as soon as I grab the camera to turn it back on, is going to allow the cell phone to act as a viewfinder for the HTC RE. And once we come to this screen, we can either view the gallery or go into the options. Now, this is for a still image. If I want to, hit that button, and I just took a still image. Come over here to record. If I click on it, it is now recording a video of what it sees. And I can stop it. From here, I also have the option to do a slow-mo video or live stream. Last option in the app for the viewfinder mode is time-lapse. Now, time-lapse has its own special directions or options that you can do. Clicking on the time-lapse down the bottom, you can change how many seconds pass before it takes a picture. You could change the duration of the time-lapse. You can change the video playback. I recommend leaving it at the smooth because it just looks so much nicer. And then down here, it will give you an idea of what you're looking at. So for the amount of photos that you will take for the amount of time listed, you are going to get an 18-second video, which will consist of 541 photos. Now, I did test the time lapse with this and left it at the default because these are all the default settings. And what happened, by the end of 541 photos, the HTC was dead. So you will need to have an external battery to power the device if you're planning on doing an extremely long time lapse. Now, with that said, because the USB port is down there next to the tripod hole, you're going to run into a problem because most tripods are going to cover up your access to the port where you can charge it. Something to keep in mind, they do sell accessories should you want some different means of mounting, or you can come up with something creative yourself. And last bit down here, you have stop recording automatically, meaning after the time has elapsed, it will stop recording, or until you decide, which is you manually tell it to stop recording. So that is a quick look at the HTC RE app, which you should download if you're going to use it with the HTC RE. Now, the big problem that I have, and you'll notice up here, I do have Wi-Fi on, but whenever I access the HTC RE through the app, it kills my Wi-Fi. It turns it off. I still have Wi-Fi on, it's just inaccessible at this time. And when I was doing an update to the HTC RE, it would not let me go to Wi-Fi to update it. I did have to use my data in order to update the HTC RE. So it's something that may be fixed in the future with the app, but right now, as of filming, they have not fixed that.